All right, everybody, welcome to JG9 Live. This is our weekly Q&A stream. You can ask me anything and anything you want in the chat. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you for tuning in on this Monday night. You guys know the drill. You've been here before. If you've never been here before, how it works, again, just ask me any questions in the chat. I'm going to get to as many as I possibly can within the next hour as we do this Q&A stream. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to unveil some YouTube channel memberships. I know people have been asking about memberships for a long time, so I'm going to be doing that relatively soon in the next 30 minutes. If you want to donate, you can donate and you can have your question moved to the front of the queue. I'll get to it right away. Otherwise, I'm just going to go in the order that I see the questions. But thank you guys for tuning in, and this should be a fun stream. We did 6 hours of streaming yesterday for the preseason, so this will be interesting to see how my voice holds up. I think we'll be okay. Texas, Alabama, Oregon, Texas Tech for week 2. Texas, Bama, easily. Rank the group of 5 conferences 1 through 5. Okay. American, Mountain West, Sun Belt, MAC, CUSA. We're going to go with that. Did you ever play any NFL 2K titles? I used to play 2K5 a lot. I was more of a Madden person, but 2K5 was a great game. Great game. Thoughts on the Dalvin Cook and the Zeke signings? NFL 2K5 is the best video game of all time. Football, I wouldn't argue with that. I mean, I like Madden 04 better, but I would not argue if you said 2K5. There were so many good features in that one. So Dalvin Cook and Zeke, thoughts on that? Look, the Jets signing Cook, it was inevitable. We all knew it was going to happen. It was inevitable. They now have a great 1-2 punch of Cook and Hall. I mean, that's going to be a phenomenal punch there. And with Zeke, look, I saw someone ask already about Zeke and why the Patriots would sign him. They have no running game. Outside of Stevenson, they have no one on that team. I mean, their running game, if you watch week 1 of the preseason, it was abysmal. And it wasn't just the offensive line playing bad. There was no burst. They couldn't break tackles. They need a guy like Zeke, especially down by the goal line. So Zeke, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense for the Patriots because they really had no help at running back, especially now that Damian Harris is not there. Better outlook for the future, Mets or the Yankees? At least the Mets have a plan. At least the Mets, as bad as they are right now, they have a plan. The Yankees, I don't see a plan. I don't see how you can stand pat at the deadline. So much money tied to players that are not producing. I don't see a plan. So I would say the Mets have a better outlook for the future. Next year, I'd say the Yankees, but for the future, I would say the Mets. Because at least I think they know what they're doing. The Yankees, I got no clue. If they knew what they were doing, they would have fired Aaron Boone after yesterday's debacle. Which we will have a Dumb Decisions video on that tomorrow on the channel. I'm looking forward to getting stuff back up on JG9. Thank you for the question, Walkoff. Thank you for the question. Did smarter defenses eventually make the 7-step drop outdated? That's a good question. I think so. That's a good question, though. Never really thought of that. Over under 8 Arthur Smith and 5 Dougie P Dumb Decisions episodes. So I think the record is 4 in a season. So 8 is pushing it. 8 is pushing it. 5 Dougie P. Oh man, 5 Dougie P. That might be on the border. Of it, but definitely under on the 8 Arthur Smith. 5 Dougie P. I'd say under, but you never know. You never know with Dougie P. Look, I'll put it this way: if Justin Tucker hit the game-winning field goal against the Ravens, that would have been a dumb decision to kick it off short. If Travis Etienne fumbled the ball on the next play after the 4th and 1 against the Chargers, that would have been dumb decisions and one of the dumbest things a coach has ever done. So, we'll see. Is your AC working fine today? Thank you so much for the question, Isaac. It is working fine. Someone came yesterday during the stream, fixed it. Everything is good to go, so we are good. It is nice and cool in here, which is nice. Got the fan running, got the AC on, and it's good. But thank you so much. If you weren't a fan of the Jaguars, what team would I be a fan of? Yeah, I thought about this. Probably the Jets. I think I would be a fan of the Jets, which I think would be worse for me. But I think it would be the Jets. Never heard anyone call it CUSA? I call it CUSA all the time. I thought most people call it CUSA. What do they say? Seed USA, Conference USA? No, CUSA is just easier to say. Bears need a Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not sure they need one, but it would be nice for them. Would be nice. Watching and listening from Albany, Georgia. Thank you for tuning in, Blazer. Thank you for tuning in. Favorite Jaguar game of all time? And least favorite Jaguar game of all time. Okay. Favorite Jaguar game of all time. I think it's got to be the comeback. It's got to be 27-0. It's got to be that game. I love 45-7, the blowout against the Texans in 2017. Jaguars Colts 2010. Love that game. I love Jaguars Steelers 2017, the divisional round game. That was my favorite before this year, but I think after this year, 27-0 has to be my favorite. I think 27-0 has to be my favorite game. Just being in the stadium for that, and just the excitement and everything about that game coming back, I would say it. Guarantee 1,000,000% if the Chiefs debacle happened in the regular season, we'd see it on dumb decisions. Oh, 100%. 100%. If that happened in the regular season, and not that Andy Reid would call them the regular season, but if that did happen in the regular season, we would have a video out at 9 a.m. Eastern on Monday. It would be the easiest video. I mean, sometimes you get the low-hanging fruit. Sometimes you get the easy videos. Joe Judge QB sneak. Sometimes you just get a gift like that. Sometimes you get Mike McCarthy playing Zeke at center, or Nathaniel Hackett doing whatever he does, and you get a gift. That would be a gift. If that happened during the regular season, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Least favorite Jaguars game of all time. Least favorite. Probably Jaguars Titans 2016 or Jaguars Titans 2018 or Jaguars Seahawks 2021. There are some bad ones. There are some bad ones in there. Probably one of those three. Those games were just brutal. Jags Patriots 2021 was also not fun. That was just ugly all the way around. Thoughts on the Michael Orr situation? I think it's shameful. I think it's absolutely shameful that there's a good match of him like that. I think it's absolutely shameful. We need more details to come out about what exactly this entailed. I think it's also very shoddy journalism that the man who wrote the book and did all this research never thought to check the adoption papers. Like, how can you call yourself a journalist and write this story about Michael Orr's adoption and not check the most important part about the story? I mean, how does that make any sense? How can you not check the most important part of the story? I mean, it's almost like I'm doing a video on a play and I don't watch the play. Like, that's crazy. Just absolutely crazy. How's it going, Mustard? Welcome to the stream. Could the Super Bowl go to a college stadium such as the Rose Bowl? Oh, we have a $2 from Zach. Thank you so much. Let me get your name in there. I'll get to your question right now, and then I'll get to Sam's with the question earlier. What do you think of the Pac-4 hiring Oliver Luck? I mean, Luck's a pretty smart guy. He's got good business acumen. At least they're hiring someone that seems like they know what they're doing. Might be too little too late, but at least they're hiring someone that seems like they know what they're doing. If anyone can save the conference, I think it's going to be Luck. If anyone can save the conference. All right, so could the Super Bowl go to a college stadium such as the Rose Bowl? No, I don't see it happening. Because part of the thing is that college stadiums have bleacher seats, which will not work today. It will not work for today with amenities and whatnot. They don't have the amenities that the NFL stadiums have, press box-wise, seat-wise, just surrounding area-wise. They don't have it. So I don't see it happening. The only thing I could ever see, and this is way, way down the road, is if Louisville gets a team and they expand Cardinal Stadium to like 65,000, maybe I could see that, because that stadium is all seats with backs on them. But I can't see them ever doing a Super Bowl at a college stadium where it's all bleacher seats. Besides the Kippy Dome, obviously. Besides the Kippy Dome. Yeah, Rose Bowl will not host it anymore. Problem with Rose Bowl is parking situation, bleachers, lacks the amenities. So I don't think it's ever going to happen. Which sport, outside of basketball and football, would I like to see Iron Eagle call? Ooh, that's a tough one. What sport would he be pretty good at, I think? I'm trying to think what sport he'd be pretty good at. Golf, there's so much dead time. I don't think he would have the voice for golf. Tennis, too much dead time. Baseball might work. He might be able to do baseball. He might be able to pull that off. He might be able to pull baseball off. Rugby, he would also be very good at. I feel like rugby he would be very, very good at. How's it going, Andre? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Least favorite NFL team and player. Okay, least favorite NFL team is the Titans. Least favorite player is Deshaun Watson. So I feel pretty comfortable saying that. Titans are my least favorite team, and Deshaun Watson is my least favorite player for pretty obvious reasons. I think the Packers are going to do this year. I want an opinion from outside the NFC North, so no division rival bias. Yeah, it really just depends on Jordan Love. It really just depends on him. I was never high on Love. He looked okay in the preseason game. He looked okay against the Bengals. I was never high on Love though, so I think middle of the road. I think 8 wins. 8 wins, I think. But I think Matt LaFleur's a pretty good head coach, so he'll get something out of his team. But the first half of the year, I think it's going to be some adjustments for Love. How's it going, Jay? Welcome to the stream. I'm doing all right. Do you think the pandemic played a role in the explosion of AI? I think to some extent it did. I think to some extent it sped things up. Because he had to figure out how to make stuff automated, how to make the world go on without people actually being physically there. So he had to increase technology in AI. So yeah. Best and worst revenge games. Ooh, that's tough. Best revenge game, you're thinking Deion Sanders, Falcons, Niners, 94. You're thinking Steve Smith, Panthers, Ravens. You're thinking games like that. Worst revenge game, I would have to say Don Horn, Broncos, Packers. I think he threw 5 picks in that game against his old team. I also did a video about Hambrick and his game against the Cowboys. Never mind. That was him going back to Tampa. That was a completely different thing. My apologies for that. Yeah, Don Horn's probably the worst revenge game. Don Horn probably is the worst. Steve Smith probably has the best. Yeah, I heard the story about Michael Orr. Again, crazy stuff. Shameful what happened. And I don't know how the journalists never vetted his facts and checked his sources and checked the adoption papers, because that's kind of important to this whole story. Just got my Titans throwback jersey. I'm ready for football season. That is awesome. Minus the Titans. Unless it's Oilers. I have nothing against the Oilers. If it's an Oilers throwback, I love it. How's it going, Finn? Welcome to the stream. When was the last time I pet a cat? I have not pet a cat in a long time because I'm allergic to cats. So I refuse to pet cats because I am allergic. So long time ago, probably like 2007, and then I realized, oh wait, I'm allergic. This is not good. How's it going, Maverick? Welcome to the stream. Best and worst 2023 NFL throwbacks. Ooh. Look, the Oilers ones are class. Are class. I mean, they have one of the best uniform sets in football. Oilers unis are class. I love that throwback. I love the Jets throwback is also pretty nice. I do like that one. The worst throwback uniform. Honestly, I think all the throwback unis look good. Honestly, I can't even say there's a worst throwback uni that got unveiled this season. The throwback unis look good. The throwback unis. I'm never going to say no to a throwback uniform. I'm never going to say no. I thought they were pretty good. Yeah, yikes about Wander Franco. Yeah, if that story is true, he should never play another game in baseball. There is no reason for a grown man to be with a 14-year-old. There is no reason for that. And maybe she was even younger when they first met. There is no reason for that. I have zero tolerance for that. If what is happening with Wander is true, and they vetted and he knew all along that she was 14, then yeah, he should never play another game of baseball again. He should never play another game. Thanks for answering my question, JG. Thank you so much. Again, in 15 minutes, I'm going to unveil a brand new thing, channel memberships. I think you guys are going to like it, where you get extra perks for live streams and extra perks for videos, extra perks you might not have even thought of. You're going to get a lot of cool stuff with memberships. 15 minutes, and we will unveil that. When it gets to a Jags and Mustard jersey, okay, that's different. That's not really a throwback. When I think throwbacks, I think like at least 20 years before. Mustard uni, no, God no. Messing with an underage girl is what's keeping Pete Rose from being reinstated. That is not accurate. I've spoken at length with Bud Selig about this, and he was very adamant that he wanted to reinstate Pete Rose. He wanted to give him every chance. If he showed it even an ounce of forgiveness and understanding of what he did and why it was wrong, he would have forgiven him. He would have reinstated him into baseball. But I spoke with Selig at length, and he says it's good that he has not been reinstated because he has shown no remorse. I don't think it has anything to do with the underage girls. Are there cookies with these memberships? If you want there to be cookies. You want there to be cookies. Something I never thought about is I don't think the Seahawks won any playoff games between 84 and 05. I don't think they did. I think you're right. Which is crazy. I think you're right on that. Feels like they made the playoffs quite a few times on that, and they were never, outside of like 2 or 3 seasons, they were never outright terrible. But yeah, 20 plus years. 20 plus years. Worst expansion franchise of all time, the 74-75 Caps or the 76 Bucks? I would probably say 76 Bucks. I mean, they set the record for futility. They set the absolute record. I don't think they played a single game that was remotely close. That's the other thing, is that like a lot of these winless teams, they play relatively close games every now and then. Like the Browns, when they were in 2017, they probably could have won 3 games. The Lions didn't play a lot of close games, but they did play 1 or 2 that were within 1 possession. The Bucks, I don't think they played a single game within 1 possession. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think they played a single game where it was close in the fourth quarter. The worst NFL jersey of all time and the best of all time. The worst one, the Steeler throwbacks from 94, where they had white letters with no outlines on the letters, or on the numbers. You couldn't read the numbers. I think those were insanely bad. The best unis of all time, I have to say 70s Rams. 70s Rams, like that Super Bowl 14, 80s look, like that. Those Rams were clean. Never say no to never say no to throwbacks from 70s and 80s, unless it's like 75 Giants that one year. Like no to that, but throwbacks 70s, 80s, yeah, I'm okay with that. Do you see me? Oh, breaking news: Texas, Alabama, probably college game day, week 2 location. That does not surprise me in the slightest bit. That is the marquee game. I'm not surprised. Your Denver story from the 60s was bad. That's in the bottom 5. I'm doing well, Jay. How are you? Also, do you see a similar fate for the Group of 5 conferences, like how the Power 5 conferences are transitioning? I don't think so. I think the Group of 5 is going to be relatively okay. I think the only conference that might be in danger is the Mountain West. But by danger, I mean half their schools might get poached by the Pac, and then they just poach the Big Sky, and the circle of life continues. All right, the Eagles 30 throwbacks. Let me get a quick refresher on those. I do like the Kelly Green. Oh, the yellow and blue. I'm not crazy about those. Anything that's like a completely different color scheme, I'm not crazy about. Any throwback that is a completely different color scheme from what they used to wear, I am not crazy about. All right, Cubs or White Sox? I mean, I don't like the Cubs, but in terms of who the better team is, I mean, it's not even close. Who's set up better for the future? It's not even close. I don't know what the White Sox are doing. I had way better hopes for them this year than what they ended up doing. They are a mess. And Eloy's been such a disappointment. I thought it was going to be very, very good. Will Oklahoma have 7+ wins this season? I don't see why not. Group of 5 conferences unite. With Dalvin Cook and Zeke, they might be something for Josh Allen and the Bills. Yeah. Which NFL teams have the darkest future ahead of them? Buccaneers are in some trouble. They're in some serious trouble if they cannot find a quarterback. And they don't have a good draft pick next year to get one. They're in some trouble. They have a pretty dark future. Raiders also have a lot of money tied up to players, and they're not getting the results. So I would say that. All right. Are the Jets a threat to the Bills for AFC East champion? Look, you got Aaron Rodgers. You're a threat. I think the Bills win that division, but you got Aaron Rodgers, and he plays at an MVP level. You're a threat. You're a threat. How's it going, Adam? Welcome all the way from Toronto. To be blunt, the Bills have done a terrible job of trying to improve their running game this offseason. It seems like they've done a terrible job of doing that for the last few years. For the last few years, it seems like that has been the case in Buffalo. My perfect U.S. men's national team roster. Wow. That, I don't even know if I can answer that question because so much can change. Like, the roster now versus, like, the roster for, like, Oman, Uzbekistan, and, like, those games versus the roster for the Gold Cup versus the roster for Copa America versus the roster for the World Cup in 2026. 4 very different rosters. I would say, though, right now, the perfect roster for me, if I'm playing these friendlies, I don't want anyone playing these games that is going to be over the age of 32 by the time the World Cup rolls around. These games against Asian nations, mid-tier Asian sides like Oman, Uzbekistan, they're a good test for the World Cup because we might see opponents like that. We might be drawn with opponents like that, especially with the expansion of 48. And we don't have too much experience playing sides from Asia. So I don't want to see guys that won't be there for the World Cup. I want to see guys that are going to be right now 29 or under. 29 or under. I want to see those guys. If you bring a guy on right now that is, for those friendlies, that is 30 plus, you're wasting a roster spot. So we'll see. We have a 279 from Adam Wetstein. I don't know what that translates to in US dollars, but thank you so much. Let me hear your name there. The Lions have a dark past, present, and future. I wouldn't say they have a dark present. I would not say they have a dark present whatsoever. I would not say that. The Lions, I think, are one of the best teams in the NFC. The Lions have a good quarterback play. They have a coach that people love playing for. They've improved a lot. I think the Lions they don't have a dark present. I think the Lions, there's a lot to look forward to. How old is my unit? I have no clue. I know that I'm in an apartment complex. I think the complex opened up in like 2018. I don't know when this unit was put in, but I just moved in July, late June. So let's see. Favorite NFL team not named the Jaguars, Jets. Wikipedia redirect article called "See USA" based on the logo. Yeah, that's what that's why I go CUSA. Back to the Jags. Is there a reason why people say that 2017 is or was or has been a fluke? Although finished 10-6, won an AFC South title, and almost made it to the Super Bowl, then fell down in the end. So I think there's 2 reasons. If you mean like a fluke season, yeah, because we were terrible before that, we were terrible after that. No team has done this. Ready? So from 2011 on, here's our record: 5-11, 2-14, 4-12, 3-13, 5-11, 3-13, 1 play away from the Super Bowl. 5-11, 6-10, 1-15, 3-14. So that part is the fluke. The other part that's a fluke, we got very lucky with injuries. No one got hurt outside of the wide receiver position. The other thing is that we played a lot of trash quarterbacks. We played Deshaun Kaiser. We played who we played we played the Texans week 1, but it wasn't Watson week 1. It was because Watson played the second half. Was it Savage? I think we might have played Savage in the first week. We played the Colts without Andrew Luck twice. We played Jacoby Brissett. We played Blaine Gabbert. I know we lost that game. We played Blaine Gabbert. We played a lot of bad quarterbacks. Like really, really bad quarterbacks. So I think that's part of it. We have a $2 from Eggonator. Thank you so much. Idaho is ranked 8th in the preseason poll. Nice. I have not looked at the FCS preseason poll, but Idaho top 10, that is good to see. Steeler helmets. Who signed them all? Good question. Let's see. I really need to take inventory. I'm going to do that relatively soon. This one's Dennis Dixon. This one, the former Oregon quarterback, former backup back in the 2010s when Roethlisberger was suspended. This is Dennis Dixon. This one, not sure. I gotta double check. This one's Robin Cole. This one, very underrated part of those Steelers dynasty teams in the 70s. Robin Cole here. And then this one, I also have his autographed jersey. You might be able to see it underneath. Oh no, the chair's blocking it right now. If I tilt my chair over, you'll be able to see it. This is Dermontti Dawson, Hall of Fame center. So those are the 4 I've got, and I will get back to you what the other one is. But yeah, I gotta take inventory. I have so many autograph helmets, I've lost track of has, but I will know the signatures if I take a closer look at them. So I have those. Wait, what the? Wait, what? What the? No way. Oh man, wow. Unfortunately, we've got breaking news. Unfortunate news from the Ravens. From it just been reported. Alex Collins, running back, has passed away at the age of 28. Just got the news. Alex Collins, best known for his time with the Ravens, played for the Seahawks as well. Played as recently as 2021. I thought he was still active. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the cause of death is, but wow, 28 years old. And so Alex Collins, just playing the USFL as well this past season. You know, just got reported by the Ravens. Just got reported by Schefter. Yeah, Alex Collins, 28 years old. Wow. 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 Oh man. All right. Wow. It's terrible. Terrible. Hopefully find the cause of death soon. That's way too young. 28. Way too young. It's a good player too. Wow. Yeah, rest in peace. Gone way too soon. 28. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out more details as the night goes on. But yeah, the Ravens just put out a statement. Yeah, Ravens just put out a statement on Twitter. With heavy hearts, we mourn the passing of Alex Collins. Always quick to greet everyone with a smile, he was a genuinely kind person who carried a special joy and passion wherever he went. May Alex always be remembered for the light and love he brought to so many people in his life. Wow. Wow. And there's been no... Is there a... trying to see if there's a cause of death anywhere. But it doesn't look like anything right now. It's crazy. So someone brought it up. You think of that Arkansas team. Those Arkansas teams, Ryan Mallett and Alex Collins, and now they both passed this offseason way too young. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts. I mean, I'm 26. I can't imagine dying in 2 years from now. I mean, that's... Wow. Yeah, I don't know what it's... I don't know what the cause of death is. Obviously, we're assuming it's not natural causes at 28, but we will find out more as it's reported on. But absolutely crazy stuff. Just tragic. And thoughts and prayers with him and his family and anyone who knew him and associated with him. I mean, that's just, wow, 28 years old. All right, I'm going to postpone the membership announcement. I know we're supposed to be at 8:30. I don't feel like it's right to do it right now. We'll postpone another few minutes because I mean, it doesn't feel right to do it in the next 2 minutes. But we'll resume the stream if any more details come out about Alex Collins on Twitter. We'll let you know. We'll let you know. That is crazy stuff, and hopefully we get some more details soon about how exactly he passed away at 28. But just crazy, unfortunate, and tragic. So on that note, we'll resume the stream. Yeah, crazy stuff. I have the Twitter notifications on. Yeah, Seahawks just confirmed it as well. That's wow. All right. Let's see. If you could give each of your teams a title a year they didn't win at all, what would they be? I can't pick 99 for the Jags. All right. Let's see. So I can't really do D-backs because this is the first year I was a season ticket holder, so I wasn't really a fan before that, so I can't really do the D-backs. So, can't really do that. The St. Louis Cardinals, since I am a fan of the Cardinals, I would give them... Oh, what year would I give the Cardinals? I would give them 2012. And the reason I would give them 2012 is because if we win the title in 2012, Oscar Taveras, who is going to be a star, doesn't go back to his home country and he doesn't die. So I will give them 2012 because that would have saved Oscar Taveras' life. For those who... Or no, 2014. That's what I meant. 2014. So, because remember, what happened with Taveras is that he went back to his home country, the Dominican Republic, and died in a car crash during the World Series. So if he was alive if the Cardinals made the World Series, he would not have gone back at that time. He would not have been in that car crash. So I would give them 2014. The Suns, that's easy. I give them 2021. Give them 2021. If I could give the Jaguars a title, it would definitely be this past season. Definitely be this past season. I mean, that's easy. That's easy. For Florida, I would say 2012. I thought that team was special. I thought 2012 was special. And I can't really say anything with ASU. And Fulham, I mean, we've never come close to a title, so I can't even give them anything. Which collapse was worse for an NFL Houston team? Texans collapsing after 24-0 or the Oilers collapsing after 35-3? I think the Oilers collapsing was worse because that might have indirectly led to the team moving. I think if they win that game, I'm not sure Bud Adams eventually moves the team and puts the pressure on. So I think the Oilers one was worse. Plus 24-0, I mean, it's happened. 35-3 is historic. That is historic. There's a YouTube channel that's restoring 1970s NFL games to 50 FPS and 4K. No way. Oh, man, I cannot wait. I got to see that. What's going on with Michael Orr? So what's happening with Michael Orr is that apparently he was never adopted. Apparently it was a conservatorship, and the Tuohys took everything. He didn't make a cent on The Blind Side, the book, or the movie. He made nothing off of that. So everything was a complete lie. All right. Which team impressed you the most and disappointed you the most week 1 preseason? All right, I got to be biased. As a Jaguars fan, the Jags impressed me a ton. That was the best. I've seen preseason games for this team for a decade and a half. And I have never seen the Jaguars look that good in a preseason game. Never. Everyone played well. No real injuries to report on. Everyone looked good. Nathan Rourke looks like a stud at QB2 potentially over Beathard. And everyone I need to see look good, like rookie-wise and new guys. Everyone looked the part, which is nice, which is what I need to see. Disappointing the most? Definitely the 49ers. I would be a bit concerned for the 49ers right now for a few reasons. Number one, Trey Lance looks no better than he did in year 1. Year 3, he looks just as bad, if not worse, than he did in year 1. The stats are misleading. He took a ton of sacks. He stared down receivers. The one touchdown, you can't even credit that as a touchdown. That really should have been an interception. It just went off the hands of the Raiders cornerback and then went right into the arms of Dwelly. Literally, if you watch the play, it was not even remotely a good throw. Not even remotely a good throw. So, on top of that, none of the rookies looked good. Latu, 3rd-round pick. He was ineffective, had 1 catch and fumbled. You had another receiver, I think it was Hall, who dropped a pass, resulting in a pick. You had poor discipline, poor special teams play, penalty on every special teams play when they weren't getting penalties. They were starting drives inside their own 20 on returns. And Moody, 3rd-round pick, 0 for 2 on field goals, none of them even remotely close. 60-yard attempt. I don't know why they tried a 60-yarder, try and boost his confidence back. They tried that, and it was nowhere close. It was closer to Oakland than it was to the goalposts. And he missed on, a 43-yarder wide left. That wasn't even close. The Niners I would be concerned about. Obviously, they didn't play a lot of their starters. Obviously, they're still going to be fine when the stars are back in. But I would be a bit concerned at certain positions with them. Trey Lance, at this point, it's sunk cost fallacy to keep him. At this point, he is still light years away from being a quarterback. Josh Allen, look, say what you want about Josh Allen. And I was never a fan of Josh Allen coming out of college. Say what you want about him. Year 1, he was terrible. Year 2, he was bad, but he looked better. And year 3, he obviously played very, very well. There was improvement, and you could see that. Trey Lance, I am not seeing any improvement. If anything, I'm seeing regression. If anything, I'm seeing regression from him. At least before he had explosive plays. There's none of that now. There's none of that now. What teams do I think will join the Pac-4, turn into Pac-10? I think San Diego State. I think that relationship with the Mountain West is kind of severed at this point. So I'd probably say them. They're going to join. I think they'll get Boise at some point as well. And maybe Colorado State? Maybe? I think it'll be Pac-8. I don't think they're going to get to 10, but I think they might get to 8. Thoughts on the Franco situation? Again, like I said before, if it is true that he was talking and he was a significant other, is 14 years old, he should never play another game of baseball ever again. Fact, Butch $3 haircut Jones cannot hold on to a fourth quarter lead. 5 of 9 losses for Arkansas State came after blowing a fourth quarter lead. Yeah, but at least they have 5-star hearts and they're champions of life. At least they're that. I think we'll be very good with hockey. Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Look, Jags jersey, Keelan Cole. Keelan Cole is the one I'm wearing right now. All right, let's see what questions we have in the chat. And we'll do the membership thing in 5 minutes. UNLV. Yep, UNLV. So I would say UNLV, San Diego State, Boise State, Colorado State. If they're going to go to 8, I think those are the 4. Let's see. Should Matt Ryan be in the Hall of Fame? No, absolutely not. He should not be in the Hall of Fame. If I put him in the Hall of Fame, I got to put Rivers in the Hall of Fame, and I can't do that. I am very against Rivers being in the Hall of Fame. I know a lot of people are on the fence about it. A lot of people are saying he should be in. I am not one of those people. He should not be in. So if I'm saying that about Rivers, I can't in good faith say that about Matt Ryan. My bar for quarterbacks is pretty high. It's pretty high. Let's see. Cole McCoy's 2 revenge games first 2 weeks at Washington against the Giants. Yeah, we'll see how he does. If they go 1-1 in that stretch, I'll be impressed. Cardinals have a brutal schedule to start the season off. Would Matt Ryan be in the Hall of Fame if he didn't choke in the Super Bowl? Now, that's an interesting question. Because you have an MVP, you have a Super Bowl, you have over 50,000 yards. The fall-off, though, was so steep. Not sure if he's got enough, but that one's interesting. I think that one, he would not be in the Hall, but he might get in Seniors Committee. I feel like he would be a Seniors Committee. Was it a motorcycle accident? Okay, wait. Because we didn't have a cause of death. Let's see. Oh, please don't tell me it was a motorcycle. It looked like a motorcycle accident. Looks like a motorcycle accident. Wow. I am not a fan of motorcycles. They're just, I feel like you're just waiting at that point. I think motorcycles are just way too dangerous. Just scary stuff. Scary stuff. It's just tragic. Tragic that he died that way. I'll never ride a motorcycle in my life. I will never. Have I been to the Oakland Coliseum? I've never been. I don't really have any desire to go. I don't really have any desire to go. Any new JG9 content coming soon. Tomorrow, Aaron Boone Dumb Decisions video. If you missed what happened yesterday in Yankees Marlins, he made one of the worst decisions of the year, may have cost the Yankees their season. Giants Cardinals 83 Monday night game. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I hate cats now because a feral cat killed my family's member. Oh, that stinks. Sorry to hear that. The NBA needs to distance themselves from Karl Malone due to his sickening and disgusting actions. Oh, I completely agree. Almost like how the NFL is completely... They've disassociated with OJ. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame. You can't take him out of the Hall of Fame, but they've disassociated with him completely. NBA is not really dealing with Karl Malone. JG9 live from the Oakland Coliseum. I don't think the Wi-Fi would be any good there. Do you think the Brewers can make the playoffs? I think nothing in that division would shock me. If the Brewers, Reds, or Cubs made it, nothing would shock me. I think only one team is going to make it. I think only one of the three is going to make the playoffs, but nothing would shock me. Nothing would shock me there. As a Cardinals fan, watching Neil O'Donnell, he missed a 19-yard field goal still makes me shudder. Oh, man. That whole game was just a train wreck, especially overtime. Dumb decision idea. College coaches in the NFL. Steve Spurrier, Dan Devine, Urban Meyer, Bob Petrino. I mean, there are some college coaches that did well in the NFL. Like Harbaugh obviously did well. Jimmy Johnson did well in the NFL. Switzer, for all his flaws, he was a bad head coach, but he won a Super Bowl. I wouldn't say he was a good coach, but at least he won a Super Bowl. I mean, there are some college coaches that just don't work out. And yeah. Yeah, the Yankees feel lost right now. All right, let's see. Who makes it to the World Cup final this year? Ooh. Spain, England. I'm going to go Spain, England. My pick from the start was England. And people can attest to that on stream. I said from day one, my pick to win the Women's World Cup was England. I'm sticking with them. I want Australia to make it. I want the host nation to make it. But I feel like after a game like that, I don't know how you recover. That was such an emotional high. Players are exhausted after playing that long. I don't know how you recover from that. Basketball Hall of Fame is definitely the easiest to get in. Definitely the easiest. If the Jags beat the Pats, do they beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl? Yes, I believe they do. And the reason why I say that is this. The Jaguars were best defensively against quarterbacks that were not mobile, that were not runners, that were statues in the pocket. And Nick Foles is that. He's a statue in the pocket. So I truly believe the Jaguars would have thrived against Nick Foles in that defense. I feel like we would have got at least 6 sacks that game. I really do. I really do. A broadcasting game, a broadcast switch game like without Monroe, Louisiana. Maybe at some point. We'll do some broadcasting modes. I know another one's coming out on JG9 soon. I sent out to my editor. It's coming out soon. What do you think Bond's career home runs would have been with no steroids? 600. 600. He was first ballot Hall of Fame before the steroids. I still think he should have been in the Hall of Fame. He had a Hall of Fame career before everything, too. All right, Cormac Howell just walked on 4 pitches. Nice. All right. I'll do one more question, then I'm going to talk about the memberships thing. We're going to talk about the memberships thing. Let's see. 88 Seahawks won the AFC West. I did a video on that and the celebration they had afterwards. That was a disaster. But they lost in the divisional round to the playoffs. Yep. And they lost to the Bengals. And that was a controversial game, too. Because the Seahawks were trying some tactics to slow down the pace of play. And the Bengals were not having any of it. But they move off of Bortles as quickly. Yeah. I don't think anything changes. I don't think anything would have changed. Because Bortles still would have played bad in 2018. Basketball channel, probably not anytime soon. I've got a lot on my plate right now, managing the 3 channels. And I think the 4th one will be cricket, probably. Tap into a new market. Okay, but with that being said, I know a lot of people have asked about memberships. I have a Patreon, and that is still a thing. That is still a Patreon. That is still a thing. But I'm now introducing, for the first time ever, you will notice on each video that there is a join button. And you can become a member. Oh, wait, we have a $5 donation. Let me get to that right now. Michael Hodel with a $5. Thank you so much. Hey, JG, hope you're over there. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Do you think Big Ben is first ballot Hall of Fame? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Multiple Super Bowl wins. He's got the stats. Top 3 quarterback at his peak. In his era, he's easily first ballot. I don't think there's going to be much of a discussion. Hall of Fame for sure. Again, every quarterback with 2 rings that was a starter is in the Hall of Fame, minus Plunkett. And Big Ben blows Plunkett out of the water. So, yeah. Yeah, cricket, the thing with cricket is that there are no cricket history channels out there. And you can tap into, like, the most popular YouTube channels are from India. So you can really tap into that market. I would need to do a lot of research, a lot of homework, just around finding the footage and all that. But I think cricket is an untapped market. I really do. But with that being said, the channel memberships. This is a way to support the channel. At the same time, you get extra perks unavailable to anyone else. We are introducing YouTube memberships right now. You might notice on your screen there is a join button on the bottom of the screen under the video. You can do that. You can join one of these 6 tiers. Now, the first tier we have is the Gerard tier. This tier costs $4.99 a month. what you get as a member of the Garage tier. You get a loyalty badge next to your name on every video. So you get a special badge at the end of each video, or on every comment you make during streams, when you comment on video. There's a badge next to your name, a really cool badge, and the badge changes based on how long you're a member. Custom emojis to drop during live streams. So we have some really cool emojis. Urban Meyer holding his head in disgust. The Jaguar fan from the Titans game in 2010. Blake Bortles doing his thing. We got some custom emojis. Your name will be featured at the end of each video and during each live stream. So how I do in each video, special thanks to all our patrons and whatnot. We will have one of those. We will have that. Your name will be there. And once a month, we will do members only live streams. So if you want to do a members only live stream, smaller audience than this, but you get all your questions in, we will do that. So for $4.99 a month, you get all that. Loyalty badges, extra name in each video, custom emojis, your name at the end of each video, and access to once a month member only live streams. That's the cheapest tier we've got. For $9.99, we have the McCardle tier. What the McCardle tier is, you get all the benefits from tier 1. Loyalty badges, custom emojis, your name featured in members only live streams, and the and your members only live streams. All right, I think the D-backs are going to score right here. Let's go 1-0. All right, you also get behind the scenes photos of the studio. I have over 230 autographed helmets in the studio. Red Rhino already a member of the Garage tier. Oh my goodness, that was fast. That was fast. Thank you so much, Red Rhino. Also, I think your things get highlighted. Your messages get highlighted. As a member, also, I forgot to make this a note, but if as a member you do get, I will get to your questions in these live streams. I will get to your questions. You'll have priority. So behind the scenes photos of the studio. So I have 231 autographed helmets in here. On top of that, I've got over 50 autographed jerseys in here. Obviously, I can't show them all on stream. The space is too big, and my camera does not cover all that ground. But what we will do, we'll have behind-the-scenes photos, behind-the-scenes stuff on all that. Oh, on the Twitch channel, are there going to be custom badges and emojis? I have to check. I have to check to see if I can do that. That's a good question, though. I have to check to see if I can do that. Right around the first member, though. Thank you so much. So you have all that with $9.99, get behind-the-scenes photos. You also get access to every question from JG9 Live. The join button isn't showing up for you. Try refreshing the page, and that might work. That might work. So what you get in the McCardle tier, in terms of if you like playing JG9 Live, I know a lot of people have asked, can I get the old questions? I love the questions you put in. Can I get the old questions? What you get, if you're in the McCardle tier, upon request, and obviously you don't have to get it if you don't play the trivia game, but if you do play trivia and you want to get the old questions that I use, I'm going to send out the file of all the questions I used in that game after the game is done. So if you want to study those old questions or whatnot, you can do that. You can do that. $9.99, you get all those perks, plus behind-the-scenes photos, and access to old questions. All right, that is the McCardle tier. The third tier is the Jones-Drew tier. For $24.99, you get all of the Garage tier benefits. So loyalty badges, emojis, members only live stream, and your name featured at the end of each video. All the McCardle tiers, so you get the trivia archives, behind-the-scenes photos. You get early access to new videos before they go public. So if you want videos, like they usually drop at 9 a.m. Eastern. If you want to see them like an hour or two earlier, we will do that. We will do that. If you are in the Jones-Drew tier, you get early access to those. You get discounted membership or discounted merchandise at JG9shop.com. You get 5% off all merchandise at JG9shop.com. I'll give you an exclusive code to use. You also, this is the one that I'm looking forward to. Twice a month, I'm going to post a video, an NFL history video, in the 8 to 10 minute range. So like I did like 2 years before. Or 2 years ago. In the 8 to 10 minute range, twice a month, we will have NFL history videos that are members only videos. So if you like JG9 content, you're going to get bonus content that you will never see go live on the channel. I think we'll do like a 6-month grace period. So remember, a video comes out for the members in like late August. It'll drop for everyone else in like late February. But you will get exclusive members only videos. These are stories that I think are fascinating, but I can't possibly turn into like a 15-minute long form video. will have those videos. JG9 Bites, if you want to say. I've already got the first two lined up in terms of what I'm going to talk about. A broadcasting controversy video from 1980 will be the first one. That'll be the first one. A broadcasting controversy video from 1980 will be the first one. We have another member, Finn Reed. Welcome to the garage here. Thank you so much. Again, as part of that, you get loyalty badges, custom emojis, your name featured, and members-only live streams. Thank you so much for all the support. All right, we all got 2 members. Wow. Let me just put your name in there so I know to do that. Thank you so much. Really means a lot to me, guys. It really means a lot to me. This is a great way to support the channel. Again, $24.99. You get members-only videos twice a month. And we might increase that depending on how things are going. Next comes... Yeah, most videos are around the 20-minute mark. 15, 20-minute mark. Depends on the topic. I think the last one was 19 minutes. But the videos are 8 to 10 minutes that are going to be in the Jones 2 tier. Next up, we have the Taylor tier. $49.99. What you get in that? Late for content, one from Ireland. Thank you so much. Welcome so much. You get all the Garrard tier perks. So loyalty badges, custom emojis, your name featured, member-only live streams. All the McCardle tiers. You get behind-the-scenes photos and trivia archives. You get all the Jones Drew tier perks. So early access, member-only videos twice a month. You get discounted merchandise at JG9shop.com. Instead of 5%, it's 10% off all merchandise. You're in the Taylor tier, 10% off. You also get the ability to request one future video topic on JG9 per month. So what that means is if you are in the Taylor tier, you request a video, and I will do it. One video a month, I will do a long-form history video on it. I've done this with a lot of my patrons in top tiers. We have that. So you're in the Taylor tier, you get one video of your choosing every month, plus all the other perks, plus 10% off the merchandise. Next up, this is where we get really expensive, but this might pay for itself if you know what to do. The Brunel tier, $99.99. If you want to pay $100 a month to support the channel, here's what you get. You get all the Garrard tiers, so perks, so loyalty badges, custom emoji, name featured, member-only live streams. You get all of the McCardle tier perks, so behind-the-scenes photo trivia archives. All the Jones Drew tier perks, so early access, member-only videos twice a month. Your discounted merch goes from 10% to 20%. So you get 20% off all the merchandise at JG9 Shop. No way. No freaking way. No way. Michael, you did not just do that. You did not just do that. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to get to the Baselli tier and what that entails. I cannot thank you enough. Oh my God. I did not see that coming. Wow. Holy cow. Oh my God. All right. Yeah, the next tier is Baselli tier. That's the top of the line. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. For those who don't know what the Baselli tier is, I'm going to get to what that entails in just a bit. Oh my God. That is insane. Oh my God. I cannot thank you enough. Oh my God. You just blew my mind. You just blew my mind. Okay. So here's what you get in the Brunel tier. We're going to get to Baselli in just a bit. Brunel tier is the second highest tier. You get all the Garrard tier perks. So loyalty badges, custom emojis, your name featured at the end of each video, and member-only live streams. You get all the McCardle tier perks, which is... Oh no, Baselli tier is not 100. Baselli tier is not 100. This is the Brunel tier. This is the Brunel tier. You get all the McCardle tier perks. So you get behind the scenes photos, trivia archives. You get all the Jones Drew tier perks, early access, member-only videos twice a month. Your discounted merchandise goes to 20%. Instead of one video topic that you get to request, you get 2 video topics to request. You can split that with one on JG9 and one on JG8 or 7, or you can do 2 on JG9. It's up to you. It's up to you. It can be whatever one you want. But you will get 2 topics of your choosing every single month. Every single month. No love for Jimmy Smith, only because Smith is a common last name. I love Jimmy Smith, but it's just a common last name. Where do you buy membership? You click the join button on the bottom of the screen. Click the join button on the bottom of the screen. And the other thing, if you play trivia, you get a guaranteed spot in the finals every single game. So for those who don't know how live trivia works, how it works is like this. We play 4 preliminary rounds of multiple choice trivia. The winner of each round goes to the finals. We also have donations, we can get into the final that way. The winner of each trivia game among the finalists, so you either have to win the round to make it or you have to donate, wins 50% of whatever we make. And usually we give away about $50 per game to our winner. If you're in the Brunel tier, you're in the finals for every single game. Every single time that you play trivia, you're automatically in the final. If you're in the Brunel tier, you're automatically in the final. Score searcher, so the 4th and 10, you're automatically in the final. So keep that in mind. You get 2 video topics, 20% off all merch, all the previous perks, and a guaranteed spot in the final. Why no Trevor tier? I don't want to jinx it just yet. And now we get to what Michael Hodel just did. Don't see the join. Are you a mobile or desktop? I see it on my desktop. We get to the top mountain tier. The Baselli tier. This is the granddaddy of them all. $200 a month gets you all of these perks. You get all the Garrard tier perks. You're in the Baselli tier. You're in the Baselli tier. You're in the Baselli tier. You're not Bruno. You're in Baselli. All Garrard tier perks. So loyalty badges, custom emojis, name feature at the end of each video, member-only live streams. All McCardle tier perks. So behind-the-scenes photos, trivia archives. All the Jones Drew tier perks. Early access, member-only videos twice a month. All the Brunel tier perks. 2 video topics per month. Again, you can split that across the channels. You can do 2 on JG9, or 1 on JG9, 1 on JG8 or 7. You get discounted merchandise, but it goes up to 25%. You get guaranteed spot in the final of trivia. Again, the merchandise goes to 25% off. I'll give you a code. You get the ability not just to make the final for every trivia game, but you get to request 1 round a month of your choosing. Whatever round you want to play, we'll do it. We'll do it. So you get 1 round a month to play on JG9 Live. You will also get, on top of that, once a month, we'll have private one-on-one video chats. I'll talk with you for 30 minutes once a month, and we'll talk about anything you want. It's just going to be a Q&A. We're just going to talk. I'll do private video chat with you. So we will do that. We will do that. Because if you're giving me $200 a month, I want to make it worth your while. I will make it worth your while. So again, that is what you get in the very top tier. We just introduced this today. Garrard tier perks. So what you get, loyalty badges. And we have another Garrard tier member, Jacob Tobin. Welcome to the club. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your contributions. These memberships are going to help the channel out a lot. And again, it means more content for you guys. So again, all the perks, Garrard tier, loyalty badges, custom emojis, name feature at the end of each video, member-only live stream. McCardle tier is behind-the-scene photo and trivia archives. Jones Drew tier perks, early access to videos. You get exclusive NFL history videos 2 times a month that will not go live on the channel for at least half a year. And they're in the 8 to 10 minute range. You get all Brunel tier. You get Brunel tier. You get 2 video topics a month, a guaranteed spot in the final of every trivia game. Baselli, it's 25% off all merchandise. You get to request 1 round a month to play on JG9 Live, and you get a private one-on-one video chat. You can only do 6 tiers. Otherwise, I would just have a tier for $4.99 a month. The highest you can go is $500, just to see what the heck that would entail. I don't even know what I would do. I don't even know how I would make that worth your while. But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Red Rhino. Thank you, Finn. Thank you, Jacob. And thank you, Michael. I did not see that coming. I threw the Baselli tier in there. I was like, okay, I don't know if anyone's going to do this or not. But Did I rank the 6 greatest Jags? No. Jimmy Smith would have been in there. Jimmy Smith would have been in there. Oh, Red Rhino gifted a membership. Red Rhino was gifted a membership. Thank you so much for that. You know, so Jimmy Smith would have been in the top 6. Smith is just a very common last name. So if I were to do that, then Garrard would not be in the top 6. Garrard would not be in the top 6. All right, so I'm going to leave this up if you do want to see. I'm going to leave this up as a slideshow. I'm going to get to a few more questions for the next 20 or so minutes, and then we'll do overtime. We will do overtime. What does gifting do? That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. But this is insane, guys. We just introduced this, and we have already made, oh my God. Oh my God. Already made like $215 on memberships. Michael, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next JG9 video. I sent it to my... All right. Unbelievable. Is it the top 6 other than Jimmy Smith? I would say yeah. I would say yeah. I would say that yeah, it's the top 6 other than Jimmy Smith. I would say that. All right, let's get to some more questions. If you introduce new memberships, said someone introduce Michael Hodel. Thank you so much. So yeah, so starting with the next video, the next stream, your name will be featured at the end of every video, and during each stream, we have the slideshow. Your name will be featured there every single time. I don't believe it. I genuinely don't believe it. I'm in awe. I'm in genuine awe. Oh my God, 200. Someone's in the Baselli tier. I genuinely don't believe it. Thank you so much, and thank you for everyone who has been a member and for supporting this channel. You guys made this so possible. You guys have made this so possible. This is going to help a lot with getting videos out and getting more content out. This is going to help a lot. Membership button, if you hit the join button, you can get a membership that way. Hit the join button, and it tells you what tier you want to join, and you get the tier that way. So, I will be in contact with you, Michael, after this stream. I'll give you your code. I got to set that up in the shop. I will give you your code, and I will give you everything and all the information that you need. Very confused, more so than usual. So, yeah, so we introduced tiers. Basically, we introduced membership, YouTube memberships. I know a lot of people have been talking about that. So you can see on the screen what each tier gives you. You get custom perks. Basically, if you join, you want to pay extra. You can get loyalty badges, emojis, your name featured in videos, member-only live streams, behind-the-scenes photos of the studio, trivia archive for questions, ability to make the finals automatically, one-on-one chats, private chats, ability to request future video topics. Yeah, I'm going to link the join link. Banjo playing Bison with the Garrard tier. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. We're now up to 5 members, and that means I think YouTube, once you have 2 members, you can introduce more emojis. So we're going to have more custom emojis coming soon. It's going to be nice. Can I link the... I don't think I can link the join thing. There's no way to link the join thing. But I will have more emojis coming soon because we have more members, which is awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have another member. We have the McCardle tier. Oh my goodness. McCardle tier. WV, you are 21. Thank you so much for joining the McCardle tier. Thank you so much for that. Again, the McCardle tier gets you $9.99 a month. You get all the emojis, you get all the badges, your name featured in videos, behind the scenes photos, and you get all the old questions to trivia games. So starting Wednesday, we'll do live trivia this Wednesday night, and then after the game is done, I will send you the questions if you want them. We have 6 members already. Oh my goodness. This is... Oh my goodness. Been watching you almost since 2020, so I had to join. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are the best. You guys are the absolute best. You have made this all possible. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. I love you guys. This is insane. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too, because there's going to be some really cool perks of these memberships that are going to be exclusive just to you guys. This is a way to really show off your fandom and really show your support. And thank you so much for everything. I really can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. All right. Remember I said you wanted me to let you know how the Smashing Pumpkins concert was? They put on a great show. That is awesome. Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that. So, what do you mean a deleted video option, idea viewer option? What do you mean by that? Not sure what you mean by deleted video viewer option idea. You have exclusive videos. There are going to be videos where only members get them. $24.99 and up, there will be videos that are only available to members. When you're broadcasting Sunday football, don't forget roots. Oh, I will not. I will never forget my roots. I remember the days where I was getting 50 views a day on a video. Trust me, this is surreal. To be in this studio, thanks to you guys, and to have all these memberships, thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. I think I did click on Bruno. It said Baselli for me. It said Baselli. It said Baselli. I could be... It said Baselli for me. I think I have... Because Finn was... Yeah, Michael Hodel was... You were Baselli. You were Baselli. Oh, any video ideas that didn't actually happen or even outtakes? Well, those sorts... I never have done a video that then I scrapped. I've never done a video that I'd made and then decided I'm not going to do it. So I don't have any videos like that. I guess the closest thing will be the videos on the MJD tier and up for 25. Because those videos are going to be like 8 to 10 minutes long. They're videos that are not long enough to tell a full-length story for algorithm purposes, but they're videos that I do want to tell. So we will have those videos. On my membership, yeah, on mine it says Baselli. I guess it'll check. I guess I can check right now. Hang on. Let me see if I can check right now. Because let's see if YouTube updates this. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Memberships. See my members. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, no, it said. Okay, it's weird. It's okay. So it does say. Yeah, that's odd. So it said on the chat it said Baselli, but on this it says on the thing it says Brunel. So something's messed up. Either the YouTube studio is messed up or the chat is messed up. So I don't know which one it is. I guess I'll find out after tonight. Which was, by the way, thank you so much for donating in that tier and being a member of that tier. Thank you so much. Yeah, on the chat it says Baselli, and in the studio thing it says Brunel. So I don't know which one it went as. I don't know. I guess we'll find out later today. But thank you so much. Either way, really means a lot to me. I will figure that out, because on my thing it says Baselli, but then I look at the studio, it says Brunel. So I guess we'll figure it out. But thank you so much either way. Let's see. Thoughts on Zeke to the Pats? I think it makes sense. The Pats needed a running back help because their running back play was just so bad in the preseason in week 1. Dalvin Cook to the Jets, it was inevitable. That 1-2 punch of Hall and Cook is going to be amazing. Let's see. I learned in a mass communications class at college that WGN's National Cubs broadcast created more Cubs fans elsewhere in the country than other teams. That makes sense. I think the same reason why the Braves have a lot of fans. TBS. I think that plays a big part in that. Smashing Pumpkins were the loudest concert in too. Hopefully you got some good earplugs and hopefully got some rest with the ears after that. That's awesome. Chances the Cardinals go 0-16, I would say 5%. I mean, I don't think they're going to go winless. 0-17, I don't think they're going to go winless. It's so hard to go winless, especially if Kyler comes back second half of the year. I don't think it's going to happen. If the Pats go 19-0 in 07, does Brady not tear his ACL? Look, they still got to play Pollard on the Chiefs. They still got to play him. We have a Jones-Drew tier from Isaac Hobbs. Okay, thank you so much for that. As part of that, you will get access to those videos early, and on top of that, you will get the exclusive videos twice a month that will not go live on the channel. History videos. Thank you so much for that. All right, we got 2 members that are getting exclusive videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, man, I can't thank you guys enough. I can't believe we already have 7 members. We already have 7 members. I just launched this a few minutes ago. We already have 7 members. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Marlins are currently in a wildcard spot with a minus 40 point differential. Padres are nearly 6 games back, plus 57. Yeah, it's weird how baseball works like that. Coach that was kept around longer than he should have been. The quintessential answer that is Bart Starr. There is no reason he should have been around for as long as he was. For nearly a decade, there was no reason. There is no reason. As a musician, you need to wear earplugs. That's good. That's good, at least. There are some people that go to concerts when they don't wear earplugs and they pay for it later on. So that's good to hear that you did. That's good to hear. Only exception for the over 32 rules, Tim. Oh, I'm not talking about for the World Cup itself. I'm talking about for the friendlies. I'm talking about for the friendlies. I don't want guys playing that are not going to be in a good shape for the World Cup. Now, obviously, if there's a player that is good, obviously I'm taking them if they're over 32 for the World Cup. But for the friendlies, I don't want to see that. If you're over 32, you're going to play in the World Cup, we know what you can do already. We know what you can do already. I do not remember WGN America. I do not remember that channel. Marcel Smashing Pumpkins at Arena back in the 90s, and yours were ringing. Wow. Yep, that doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. Again, the nice thing about members is that your comments are in green, so I can see them and I get to them right away. That's the other thing with members. You get priority on the comments. Favorite horror movie or Halloween or Scream? I'm not really a big horror person. I thought Quiet Place was pretty good, though. I thought Quiet Place was a pretty good movie. The space-time continuum will explode when the Lions win a playoff game. Absolutely. Absolutely. Better job covering the World Cup, ESPN or Fox? Oh, it's not even close. ESPN. ESPN's coverage in 2014 was flawless. I have no notes about ESPN's 2014 coverage. I have no notes whatsoever. ESPN's coverage in 2014 in Brazil was near picture perfect. Everything about that was good. It's a shame that they lost the rights just as they were starting to find their stride. Part 3 of the Secret Base Viking series drops tomorrow. Your thoughts on the series so far? I've enjoyed it so far. The problem with the Vikings, it's different with the Falcons and the Mariners. The Falcons and the Mariners have been bad for so long. The Vikings have always been good. They've never really been that bad. So it's tough doing videos where it's successful teams that just can't get over the hump. I think he's doing a very good job. The real test is going to be Les Steckel. I want to see how he handles Les Steckel. That's the video that everyone is going to... that I think is going to be the biggest one in terms of how he handles that. Because that was the one that was pure levels of dysfunction. That 84th season, I need to see how he covers that one. Vikings video is dropping tomorrow from that same time period. I think it's from 1980 that we're doing this one. Yeah, Fox took out the rights to the Euros. I'm not crazy about that. Favorite baseball movie? Why is it Bingo Long? That was one of my favorite videos to ever do. And the movie didn't look that bad. It just... why they did that, I have no clue. 2010 Chiefs season also a fluke? I would say so, yeah. I would also say 2010 Chiefs, yeah. The fan who slipped in the Cowboys' locker room after the Super Bowl 13. I do not know that story. Scale of 1 to 10, how to rate Fox's coverage? I think the studio analysts are very surface level, unless they're talking about the USA. I think very surface level analysis. Announcers are hit or miss. I would say 4. I would give them a 4. Russia coverage was awful. The coverage for this World Cup I thought it's been pretty good. Qatar World coverage was not very good. I'd say 4. For the McCardle tier, do we get access to all the questions from every trivia contest? So, we can do that, yeah. So, I'm going to give you the questions from the previous game, and I'll give you all the questions as well. Now, keep in mind that a lot of these questions are, some of them are inaccurate, some of them I'll probably never use again, but you will get access to the file. Yes, you get access to every single trivia contest that ever been contested on Twitch. Asked my mother after last night which Smashing Pumpkins concert was better, and she said when she saw them in the 90s, just because her bassist was still with them. That makes sense. Yeah, the original lineup is probably undefeated, but yeah. Going into 2018, was I optimistic? Sort of, not really. I always had the feeling, what if that was a fluke? I always had that feeling, like, okay, his Bortles are, like, okay. I wasn't crazy about our draft. Going into free agency, I wasn't crazy about the signings we made. I was a bit pessimistic, but I was also like, okay, you know, we're bringing most people back. Let's see how this goes. This year, I'm very optimistic. This year, it's like, okay, barring injury, I think we're going to be a very good team. 2018, I was like, okay, was that a fluke? I mean, we did play some bad quarterbacks. We were one Hail Mary away, the Ravens-Bengals game away from potentially missing the playoffs if we didn't beat the Chargers in that fluke game. So, is it going to be a Lawrence tier in the future? You can only do 6 tiers. Hopefully in the future, If YouTube adds tiers, yeah. We have a $1.99 from Spence. Thank you so much. How do you sign up for a tier? You click the join button at the bottom of the video. And you can do it at any single video. So you can click a join button at the bottom of the video, and you will be able to join a tier that way and get those perks. On mobile, I don't think it's an option, but on desktop, it definitely is an option. I see it on my screen. I see it on my screen. We have like Comic Knights, same way voice comp. I did not know that. Wow. Fluke season, yeah, 72. With that quarterback situation, I have no clue how that team did well. I did a video about that 72 team and before the playoff game against Washington, how everything went wrong for them. That was a fun video I did. That was a fun one. All right, I got a lot of questions to get to. With the membership thing and with the Alex Collins news, we're going to push overtime back just a few more minutes, and then we will do overtime and do that. Best and worst sports movies. Oh, yeah, I'm keeping it with Fulham. Yeah, they won against Everton. Yeah, I mean, I love this team. I love this team. I'm so happy for them. I mean, it just depends. But yes, they're still trying to make a push, but if he stays, we're going to be fine. If he stays, we're fine. Still got some business to take care of in the transfer window, but yeah, we're fine. Best and worst sports movies. Moneyball is phenomenal. Moneyball might be the best sports movie ever made. Draft Day, guilty pleasure of mine. I love Dodgeball. I love Miracle. The worst ones, I mean, I don't know if I've ever walked away from a sports movie thinking that was terrible. I don't know if I ever walked away from... I mean... The Kevin James one with Sean Payton. That one was pretty bad. Which NFL player turned studio analyst am I glad is not on the air anymore? There are some bad ones. There are some really bad ones. I mean, I guess Talib, because he's not working with Gus Johnson. I'm glad he's on because he was insufferable without Gus Johnson next to him. He had no chemistry with anyone else. His style was just unprofessional. Other than that, I'm trying to think of any other NFL. I can think of for other sports, but for NFL, I think Aqib Talib. Yeah, there's more of a list of who I actually wish were back. Yeah. Usually like it with English commentators, Fox is not good. Yeah, the Spanish ones are next level if you don't understand Spanish. Yeah, the English ones, I mean, they're hit or miss. I think the top tier is fine. The top two teams are fine. Everything below that is a bit dicey. A Spanish-only game on Univision or Telemundo? I mean, they have a Spanish... Oh, if they have the English version on streaming only? No, I don't see that. Yeah, Talib's going to jail, so that's why he was taken off. But as he should be taken to jail. As he should be. If Ohio State beats Georgia in the semi, does TCU still get cream? Yes. Not by as much, but they still get cream. Thank you for tuning in, Sonic. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you as always. Has there ever been a season where a runner-up for a national title was ranked inside the top 20 to 25, but not top 3 or 5 to 10? I mean, I feel like it's got to have happened. I feel like a team that loses all their players, it would have happened. The best of Ian Dark's career, easily Go USA. 8 members now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, TCU would happen this year. I don't know if it's happened ever besides that. I could be wrong on that. Might have happened to West Virginia back in 88. They were the runner-up. And then 89. I don't know if they were ranked. If you keep freezing, that is odd. I'm getting green on my end. I'm getting green all the way on my end, so I'm not sure why that is the case. Let's see. 2008 Gators, 22 Bulldogs, 22 Bulldogs. 2011 Auburn, you know, that probably they did it. Yeah, that's a good... Although they weren't runner-up. I think we're just talking runner-up. 98 Ron AP or 22 Darnold. Oh, man. Don't make me choose. I'll take Darnold, but man. Lost my child at the age of 20. Oh, that's terrible, Adam. I'm so sorry to hear that. Man. If the 94 strike doesn't happen, are the Expos still in Montreal today? I've asked Steelig about this. He said that no, nothing was going to change. The Expos were gone regardless. I don't know if I believe that. But I I don't know if I believe that, but that's what Seal could attest to. What do I want to know? 88, West Virginia was the runner-up. 89, were they ranked to start the year off? Okay, they were 17th. All right, so that's... Because West Virginia was playing for the Natty against Notre Dame, essentially. In 89, they were 17th. All right, so that's pretty close. Not the 20-25 range, but I don't think the top 20 poll... I think it was top 20 back then. YouTube suggested your channel a few weeks ago. Subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for being a fan of this channel. Yeah, daily NFL history videos, a bunch of live streams of NFL history all the time here. NFL history all the time. It's going to be awesome. World Cup team to win their first 2 group games and not make the knockout round and vice versa. There had to be a team that had 6 points and didn't make it. Because you can have a 3-way tie at 6 and one team has none. Best QB season by a draft bust. Baker. I think Baker's rookie year. Probably was the best by a draft bust. You can't deny that Baker was a bust. 2018, he was very, very good. It was all downhill from there. Yeah, the whole Harden situation is just a mess. All right, this is UBF sound from the Freshman Podcast account. Yeah, go subscribe to that channel, the Freshman Podcast. I know he's been hard at work trying to talk college football. So if you want that, go check that podcast out. Jags' depth this preseason is so much better. Yeah, I'm not used to actually competing with second string, third string. I'm not used to competing with that in the slightest bit. I was very, very happy with how we played in the preseason. Very, very happy. Very, very happy. 1984 would be your pick for the Rams. Take a ring off the Niners. You get Dickerson and Jack Lundblad ring. Yeah, that's a good pick. 2014 Seahawks. Yeah. Diamond in the rough. Do you think it could be for Cincinnati? I think so. College dumb decisions videos on JG8. Yes. If so, who do you think is going to be on it? Who I think is going to be on it? That's tough. I feel like James Franklin's always good for one. James Franklin's a good coach, but he's always good for one. Which NBA team should hit the panic button? Sixers right now are in some trouble. I don't know what their plan is. Whatsoever. Suns should not hit the panic button. Suns are in a great spot. They have a coach. They got good depth now. I can't believe they filled out the bench the way they did. Got a good scoring option in Bradley Beal. I think the Suns are fine. All right, so what we're going to do now... Oh, wait, would the Browns have stayed if they beat the Broncos in 86 or 87 with a driver fumble never happening? No, I think that's a very similar thing. Either way, they weren't going to get a new stadium. 99 or 15, who wins? Man, that's tough. I think 15 wins. Look, the USA did not play well in the 99 final against China. 15, they were on another level. I think you put the 15 team in the first half, I don't know what other team in women's soccer history is beating them. Yeah, Seattle OKC rivalry would be interesting. All right. So here's what's going to happen. It is time, in an effort to preserve my voice, because we've been on for 90 minutes, and this stream is going great so far. I think I so much for all the love and support for all the memberships. Again, we introduced memberships. I'm going to post about them afterwards. Thank you so much for those. But we're going to do that. So, over time. How it works is like this. Oh, let me get to this because he's asked a few times. Saints Rams, you mentioned the rules are different in which the home team can wear choose the jerseys. Can you go into detail about the rules that are in place today? Today, I think it's just you can't wear alternates in the playoffs, but you can wear whatever you want besides that. I think that's the rule. U.S. women's team, 2015 or 19. Oh. At their peak, 2015. As an overall team, 2019. But at their peak, I'm taking first half USA Japan over any other team. Yeah, Bennett was fine. He was fine. I've seen worse from rookie quarterbacks this preseason. I've seen a lot better, though. All right. Overtime. How overtime works is like this. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. Let me move the timer over. After 5 minutes, the stream is done. But you can see each donation / membership will extend the stream by a specific time. So $4.99 plus, we extend it for 5 minutes. $1.99 plus 3 minutes, 99 cents, 2 minutes, Same thing applies for memberships. So if someone joins the Garage tier in the next 5 minutes, we'll extend the stream by another 5 minutes. Same thing like that. If anyone wants to be crazy after donating $100, we'll extend the stream by 45 minutes. And you can see how it goes like that. Just an effort to preserve my voice and to get to any questions you might have. So again, 5-minute timer starting right now. I don't think I'm going to make an Alex Collins video. I actually, do I have an Alex Collins every touchdown video that I did a while ago? I don't know if I have. I know I had Buck Allen. Did I do Alex Collins? Did I do that already? No, I don't have that. No, I'm not going to do a video. I'm not going to do a video on him. Favorite card season is in 2006 or 2011. Ooh, that's tough. I'd say 2012. So Happy Member, thank you so much. Do you believe the news that with Wander Franco to be true? It sounds like, yeah, if that is true, he should never play another game in baseball ever again. She looks incredibly young. She looks 14. She looks like a teenager. Pac-12 falls apart where the remaining teams go. My guess is Mountain West for Oregon State and for Wazoo, and ACC will get Cal and Stanford. Maybe I'll find a story on Collins. Maybe. If someone donates 1,000, would I do a 24-hour? I'd probably go 6 hours. I'd probably go a 6-hour stream. NFL, USFL, which overtime do you like better? I love the USFL shootout one. Thought so. I would be ranked in the poll with what offense? I'm a Cardinals fan. I loved Albert Pujols growing up. He was my favorite player, so I just took a loving toward the Cardinals because I love watching Pujols play. Which athlete did I meet that was rude and who was awesome? I've never met a rude athlete. I've honestly never met a guy that I'd say was rude. A lot of guys that I meet are just awesome. They're just, if you approach them the right way, they're just genuinely awesome people. I'm trying to think of the best experience. I've had a lot of good experiences with athletes. Let's see. What if the Wildcat Dolphins beat the Ravens in the wild card? Do you think they would beat the Steelers in the conference in the AFC Championship? I don't think the Dolphins would have made it past. The Wildcat was getting exposed by the second half of the year. They were getting exposed, so I don't think it would have happened. What if Barry Sanders didn't retire early? Would it have changed the landscape of the league? I think it would have changed the landscape of the league. He would have been first all time in rushing yards, but changed the landscape, that's a pretty high bar. What, Bo Jackson didn't get hurt, would he be a Hall of Famer? Yes, I think he would have been a Hall of Famer. I think that's a bigger what if, Bo Jackson, because Barry Sanders, we know what he was. Either way, Hall of Famer. Bo Jackson, I think that. Most famous player I talked to? I don't know. I met Baselli at the Hall of Fame. He was super nice. Bob Lilly was also really funny. Bob Lilly, really good sense of humor. Did I watch the Hail Mary? Of course I did. Yeah, 2010 I did. I watched that. I remember exactly where I was, right in front of my TV. I remember the exact spot in my basement that I was watching it. Is Spencer Rattler even sniffing the Heisman Trophy? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, Idaho's ranked 13th, not 8th. Okay. Ex-Ambassador's favorite song, Renegade. I don't know if the Big Ten would take Allen Stanford. How good would Sanders have been as a running back if he played for the Cowboys? Better than Emmitt Smith. I think he would have finished with, because you take out all the negative runs, I think he would have finished with 20,000 yards. I really believe it. All right, 90 seconds left in this stream, unless we get a repositioning of the clock. Let's see. Trying to look at all the questions we got. How's it going, Lynn? Welcome to the stream. We're in overtime right now. Late jumping on the Kelly O'Hara. Oh, man. Yeah, Blindside. Is this going to be their social network? Or, yeah, it's still a very good movie, but it does sting a little bit knowing that he got nothing from it. Almost met Ed Tutel Jones. Oh, that's nice. Marvin Harrison Jr., is he going to be better than his dad? That's a high bar. He's going to be very good. But I can't say better than a Hall of Famer. Biggest what if the refs didn't miss obvious calls? People have been asking that since the dawn of time. I do remember when AB attended a high school football game. That was not even in the top 100 weirdest things he's done. Not even top 100 weirdest things. Let's see what we got. What do you think of Nathan Rourke with the Jaguars? I think he should be QB2. I think he's more explosive than Beathard. I really like Nathan Rourke a lot. Good accuracy, good spiral, good mobility. And, that play was the best play I've ever seen any QB make in a preseason game. QB1 beyond the lights come back. Yep, I did see that. Yep. Maybe Arena Football. Yep, I did see. Arena Football's kind of a mess right now. Arena Football, I don't know if the league's gonna launch. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, Moneyball. I mean, look, there's stuff with Moneyball that is definitely inaccurate. There's stuff that's inaccurate, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's a phenomenal movie. Even if they did get some of the facts wrong, it is a phenomenal movie. They took some liberties. All right, let me get to one more question. Nickelodeon simulcasting college game would be funny. Okay, let me get to this question and we'll call it there. Is there a team you particularly disagree with the media hype on? I would say I'm not high on the Browns. I know a lot of people are saying, look, the Cleveland Browns might do something this year. Watson might be the guy. Look, he was... Oh, we have a $5.99 from Cobb. Thank you. From Isaac Cobbs. Thank you so much. That's going to reset that clock by 5 minutes. So we are still going. Favorite football movie? All right, I'll get to that after I do the media hype question. I'll do that after I get to the media hype question. Yeah, the Browns, I mean, look, Watson did not look good last year. In the preseason or regular season, he did not look good. So I'm not high on them. So yeah. Tebow, is he a bust? Yes, he is a bust. But then again, he never should have been taken in the first round. Group of 5 team, what team do you think will make the Cotton Bowl this year? Group of 5. Ooh. Let's go San Diego State. Oh, that could go anywhere. That could go up in the air. I think it's going to come from the Mountain West, though. I think Mountain West gets it this year. Thoughts on the IFL, the NAL, and the CIF? I mean, NAL, I don't know too much about the CIF. IFL, fine. NAL, kind of a mess, but the Sharks are in it, and they kind of run train on that league, so I can't really complain too much. Is Trey Lance destined to be a bust? Yes. He has shown no improvement from year 3 to year 1. He looks rattled. He's inaccurate. He takes way too many sacks. He is destined to be a bust. I don't see it. UTSA is a good pick. UTSA is a good pick. The dream Nick Adams quarterback, running back, wide receiver combo. Okay, QB is definitely Trevor. Wide receiver is definitely Cole Beasley. And the running back is definitely... I forgot to answer the favorite football movie question. Wow. Let me get to that. I don't know who the running back would be. Probably McCaffrey. All right, so the favorite football movie. I love Draft Day. It is a guilty pleasure of mine. I watch it every year. I can admit it is not even the slightest bit accurate as to what happens. It's ridiculous. It's absurd, but I love Draft Day. I love that movie. So I would say Draft Day is my favorite. Will Trey Lance be cut? No, he won't be cut. He might get traded. But at this point, it's just sunk cost fallacy to keep him on. Well, let's lower the Monday Night Raw. We will see. Ends at 11 o'clock Eastern. We're at 9:34 Eastern. If I can last that long, I mean, that would be impressive. And that'd be all thanks to you guys. If I can last longer than Monday Night Raw, that would be amazing. College football should have relegation to Group of 5. No, I think college football is the one sport where it wouldn't make sense. Because there's so much roster turnover every year. And you think college football is a mess right now with transfer portal and whatnot? Just imagine scholarships. And I promise that you're going to play in this thing. Oh, we have a $1.99 from Spence. Let me reset the timer by another 3 minutes. So that goes back to 5 minutes. But where was I? Yeah, the relegation thing. And then I'll get to your question on the Nick Adams thing. Relegation. Imagine recruiting a player and the player signs on and then the team gets relegated. How many decommits are you going to get? It's going to be a nightmare. It would not be fair to the student athletes, especially the incoming ones. It's very, very different from the pro game. Very, very different. I don't think it's in the best interest of the student athletes to have promotion and relegation. The comebacks, yeah, I love that movie. I love the comebacks. ACL tear, oh man, and the die sad is one of the funniest scenes I've seen in any movie. Will Manfred wait for Steelers to pass away? Yeah, he's not going to do it under his... As long as Steelers alive, he's not moving the Brewers. Pats, last in the AFC East? I think so. How to say God decide who he likes? If you're white, and if you praise God, and if you do not support Democrats. Or at least you don't make your political affiliations known. That's how you decide who he likes. If you were unvaxxed, that's another one. If you were unvaxxed. Like Cole Beasley is a first ballot Hall of Fame wide receiver in Nick Adams' world. If you eat Hooters, if you go golfing, force him with the boys, yep. His account is just parody at this point. All right, we have a $1.99 from Zach. Thank you so much. Oh, I forgot to get Spence's name in there on the reason there. I apologize for that, so I'll get both your names in there. Do you think pickleball will be an Olympic sport? I think eventually, yeah. The whole world can play it. So let me add 2 minutes onto the stream. So thank you so much for that. So what is that at? 359? Yeah. 339. Yeah, 339. Yeah, I think pickleball will become an Olympic sport at some point because it's easy to set up, it's easy to play. The whole world can play it. It doesn't cost a lot in terms of setting the infrastructure up. So I think pickleball will become an Olympic sport. You have a player listens to Kid Rock. Yep, that's another one. Who's Nick Adams? You don't want to know. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You do not want to go down that rabbit hole. You do not want to go down that rabbit hole. Basically, he's the greatest alpha male to ever exist. Yeah, anyone that takes Adams seriously, like I follow him because he's just parody at this point. It's satire. It's so like he interacts with Pro Football Commentator and all that. Like it's clearly a joke. It's clearly a parody. It's very clearly a parody. I love people that take him seriously. It's very clearly interactions that never happened. And like how you know it's a parody? You know it's a parody because when Damar Hamlin actually got like almost died, like he was actually serious. He was actually serious until Skip to shut up about his comments. Like he knows what the joke is and knows when like where the line is. It's really, really funny in my book. It's really, really funny because I don't take a word he says seriously. Pick an excellent year or two. Agree or disagree? I don't know about excellent, but I think there will be a jump. 3-year Letterman, I think the shtick has gotten old. I think the shtick has gotten old with 3-year Letterman. I think the shtick has gotten just a bit old with him. Cornhole Olympic sport? No, I don't see that. I don't see that happening. The fact that the NFL put Rodgers on that, yeah. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Caillou emojis. You know what? I might. You know what? We can add emojis. So yeah, let's do it. We'll add it starting for the next stream. I will add a Caillou emoji. We will do that. NFL teams with the brightest future. I think any team with a young quarterback. I think Jaguars, Chiefs have Mahomes on a pretty good contract. They got a good future. Jaguars, good future. Any team with a QB on a rookie contract, you're in a good spot. Did the USFL in 1983 save the NFL from fading away? No, the NFL was not going to fade away. The NFL was not going to fade away. I think you might have seen a longer strike in 87 with player salaries and whatnot. But I don't think it's it from fading away. Okay, that's your question. Is membership page replacing Patreon? No, it is not. So Patreon is still going to be a thing. We will still have perks on Patreon. I will just add to those perks. So if you are in that top tier on Patreon, the $50 tier and above, you'll get the early access to, you'll get the videos, the exclusive ones as well. So you'll get those. So do not worry about that. If you are on Patreon, you will get those perks that I list. You'll get your name at the end of each video during the stream. You can't get the emojis. There's no way to designate that. But you will get the exclusive videos twice a month. You will get those. Yeah, Tug of War, what, 1904? I think it was 1904. Yeah, that was absurd. Top of the NL West, it's going to be the Dodgers, and it will. I think they're going to run away with it. I do remember Game Show Network, yes. Extreme Dodgeball, I do not remember. I do not remember that. I do not remember that. Did I do a trip to DC with my 8th grade class? I did not. The trip to DC was if you were in AP Gov / We the People. It was like a speech and debate thing about the Constitution. I was not in that. I just did AP Gov. I didn't want to do the trip to DC or the We the People thing. I didn't want to commit to that. It was a huge commitment, so I didn't want to do that. So, no, I never went to DC with my class. No, the news was false with Sonny Michel. The news was false. That was what it was originally thought Alex Collins was. The person accidentally said Sonny Michel, which you can't get that name wrong, but it was Sonny Michel, and it was actually Alex Collins. They had the right position. It was just the wrong player. An anime version of JG9. That'd be interesting. I've not seen Mike Greenberg hosting a duel. I've not seen that. Yeah, the Sonny Michelle thing's not legit. The Sonny Michelle thing is not legit. That is a, that was what they thought it was, Alex Collins. Maximum Football 24, free to play. Yeah, that's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. Favorite John Boy's Viz 1904 Olympic Marathon. That's a great one. My favorite one is the plane crash, Steelers Colts. That was my favorite one. That was my favorite one. Do you remember the writer's strike? Yes, I do. I do remember the writer's strike. I don't remember how it really impacted me, but I do remember we had a lot of weird shows on. Like there was My Dad is Better Than Your Dad. I didn't know what was the point of that show, and then I realized, oh, that's why the writers were on strike. There was also bingo. Remember when ABC televised bingo on Friday nights? You could play along at home and play bingo. Remember that? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. The Weeknd has better protection from his background dancers than Mahomes had from his O-line. Pretty much. Eberflus, O'Connell, McDaniel, all have great year twos as head coaches. I don't know about O'Connell. I'm just not sold on the Vikings. Usually an easy way to tell regression is if a team wins a lot of one-possession games. They'll bounce back down to earth and win like maybe 50% of them. So I think the Vikings are kind of due in that regard. Also, they didn't really improve this offseason, so yeah. Yeah, National Bingo Night, yeah. National Bingo Night, that was the one. A JG9 video about ABC Bingo. I would love to do a channel eventually about just television controversies. That might be the next step before cricket. It might be just a television controversy video. Like, because I found so many cool stories about broadcast controversies that I can't talk about because they're not football related. All right, we have a 199 from Zach. Thank you so much. That will increase the timer to 3 minutes. So reset that bad boy. Worst football game ever in the NFL. I mean, considering the fact that it was a championship, 73-0. But the worst game ever, man, worst game ever. Let's see. I think considering the circumstances, it's probably the 1940 NFL Championship. 73-0, yeah. Favorite cartoon block? ABC had the best one for me. Idol may be the worst TV show in recent memory. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. Is it the worst? I think the only thing saving it from being the worst is that it did give us Popular, the song. I think you can't be the worst if you gave us a very, very good song. I do remember Splash. Yes, I do remember Splash. Yeah, Brian Flores will help a lot, but they did lose some vets. Will the actors writer strike force CBS to change its post-Super Bowl plans? I'm assuming that they filmed the show beforehand. I'm assuming that it's done. I'm assuming that the show is done. All right, we have a $2 from the Lim Report. Thank you so much. That is going to increase it to what, $3.49. So let's just make it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go that. Well, it's time to watch Sweden Spain. Yes, I'm up editing videos of that hour anyway, so I will stay up to watch that game. I've stayed up for every single game this Women's World Cup. It's nice because the way my body works, I like the blessing of being a YouTuber is that you can adjust your body clock to whatever you want. So if there's an event happening in Asia or whatnot, I can just stay up and adjust my clock that way, which is nice. Oh, who didn't have a crush on Summer Sanders? I mean, come on. Who didn't have a crush on her? She was the only redeeming thing about Figure It Out. Because if you look back at that show, Figure It Out was not a good show. Figure It Out was not a very good show. The stakes were extremely low in that show. ABC Kids. This doesn't really extend the torture. I love talking with you guys. Because really, Figure It Out, at the end of the day, the things that the kids were doing were not that impressive. You knew what it was because there was no mystery. There were no real stakes. It was just people guessing. It wasn't really a... You compare that to like Guts, Legends of the Hidden Temple, like those shows? Yeah, it's not remotely the same. England versus Australia would be torture for you? Surprisingly not. Honestly, I stay up till 6 in the morning getting the videos out and editing and whatnot. My body schedule is very, very weird. So, I stay up super duper late. Yeah, Sirens, I think they're gone now. Power Rangers, yeah, that was my childhood, yeah. I do remember Power Rangers. I do remember vividly being at Disney and waiting like 30 minutes, 45 minutes for a character meeting agreements with Power Rangers. I do remember that. I do not watch the European Football League. I do not watch the European Football League. I do remember My Family's Got Guts. I do remember that. What I liked about that, I liked the tournament nature of it. I thought the pacing was off, but I liked the tournament nature of that show. I think Nickelodeon could really make a revitalization if they turned... Oh, we have a $1.99 from Spence again. Thank you so much. That will reset the timer back to that. Oh, I forgot the name of the Power Rangers. There were so many different names of Power Rangers. I forget which one it was. I think it was Mighty Morphin. Oh, we have a $5.99. Hang on a second. All right, let me get to these next two questions. But first, I just want to say that we have the... I just want to say before that I think Nickelodeon could do very well if they turn stuff like... They bring back game shows and they turn them into tournament style. So... Almost like a Jeopardy as a Tournament of Champions. If you do it like that with Guts, with Legends of the Ten Temple, I think it could work very well. Nick Adams' least favorite player. My guess would be a man who hates God. So what's the timer at? It's at 420. Yeah, I think it's at 420. Yeah. A man who hates God. And it would be, who's his least favorite player? Who would be his least favorite player? That's a good question. Someone who's very outspoken. You know, probably Carl Nassib. Probably. All right, the $4.99 from Zach. Do you think FCS will see a realignment like the FBS and see a rise of the super conferences in FBS? I don't think so. I think that's fine. I think also because part of that is because FCS has a pretty expansive playoff system, so there's no real need to do that. So I think so. Yeah, Kaepernick is the winner. Kaepernick's the winner. I don't know if we were talking active players or not, but if it's all time, it's definitely Kaepernick. It's not even close. It's definitely Kaepernick. Top 5 Nickelodeon shows. All right. SpongeBob, Legends, Double Dare, Guts, Fairly Odd Parents. Oh crap! And then forgetting Drake and Josh. Oh man, forgetting Drake and Josh. All right, take out Fairly Odd Parents, put in Drake and Josh. That is tough. Pelicans of the Saints. Look, I was impressed with the Saints. Honestly, I was impressed with the Saints this preseason. Carr looked very good. I think Saints can do all right. Pelicans, it really just depends on their health. If Zion stays healthy and whatnot. It really just depends on if he stays healthy or not. The 1-point safety, I do remember that. Yes, I do remember that. Funny play. I had no idea what the rule was at the time. Yeah, Michael Malley, great host. He was very good on Glee too. Top 5 Disney Channel shows. Top 5 shows. Yeah. I gotta take a listen to your stuff. Top 5 Disney Channel shows. If you ever Nick Jr. shows, Blue's Clues, Dora. Oswald was pretty good. Little Bill was also pretty good. Top 5 Disney Channel shows, man. Whew. Phineas and Ferb, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, not on deck. Good Luck Charlie, and That's So Raven. I would probably go with those 5. Haven't got his Bob Sanders. I think he's one of the most underrated safeties ever. If he stayed healthy, he's a Hall of Famer. Ravens preseason winning streak, yeah, that's a pretty meaningless record, but it will never be topped. It will never be topped unless teams actually try to win games. It'll be crazy. Top 5 90s songs. Oh, man. So many to choose from. Okay. My favorite song of all time is I Want It That Way. So that's probably my number 1. That's number 1. Top 5 90s songs. How can I narrow it down? How can I narrow it down to 5? Oh, my goodness. How can I narrow it down to 5? All right, number 1 is... I do remember Umizoomi. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. number 1 is I Want It That Way. Number 2, King of Wishful Thinking by Go West. That's my number 2. All right, 2-1 D-backs. The Rockies just hit a solo shot. Okay. Where's the door hole? King of Wishful Thinking is 2. 3. Oh man, why would I put it 3? Something is good. Something is a good song. 3, I would probably say Breaking My Heart by Mint Condition. 4. Oh man. I'm trying to just think like what would I pick? Yeah, Double Dare was Nickelodeon. Yeah, Batman Outside Top 25. It had to be like when they lost to an FCS school. I've not watched Batman hosting that. Okay, number 4. Top 5 90 songs. So again, we got I Want It That Way, King of Wishful Thinking, Breaking My Heart. Not Ice X Baby. No, good song, but not that. It was technically the first number 1 song of the 90s, but it came out in the 80s. Scored hosted Blues Clues? I do not remember that. All right, reset the timer. Top 5 and bottom 5 board games. All right, I'll get to that in just a bit. Let me just reset this bad boy back to 4 minutes. That's a good top 5. 4, I would probably say Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins. No. I Wish It Would Rain Down by Phil Collins. Number 4. Number 5. Oh, man. This is so tough. Number 5. I don't know if this counts or not. The cover of Lately by Jodeci. You know, The Paris was 89, but that was the first number 1 song of 1990. If we're not counting Lately, since that's a cover, then Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams. Yeah, Clapton on guitar. Yeah, Clapton's guitar solo is phenomenal. That makes it, the build-up in that song, he makes that song. I mean, everything about that song is just flawless. Yeah, Louisiana Tech in the Back. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. All right, top 5 and bottom 5 board games. I don't really have a bottom 5 board games because I don't really remember playing too many bad board games. I love Monopoly. I'm pretty good at that game. Trivial Pursuit's my favorite. Monopoly. Sorry was good. I'm trying to think of other ones. I haven't played board games in a while, but those are probably my top 3. Bulls on Parade is great. I do a mean Bulls on Parade karaoke. Killing a Name, yeah. What song has both the original and cover sounding equally awesome? Has an independent artist got number 1? Macklemore. Macklemore went number 1 with Thrift Shop. He was independent at the time. Original and cover, equally awesome. And 22 Michaels or 11 Buck. I mean, 11 Buck was bad, but at least he tried. Michaels was not trying. Infomercial products, the Wonder Boner. Definitely the Wonder Boner. Utah Saving the Sunbelt. I do remember that as well. Like covers that are good and the original. Lately by Jodeci and Stevie Wonder. Fast Car, Luke Combs, Tracy Chapman, both very good. Both very, very good. What other ones am I thinking of? Or both sound really, really good. Oh, I remember Traveler Pursuit DVD. Yeah, I remember that. What other ones where the cover is great and so is the original? Man. There's some of the cover blows the original out of the water, and there's some of the original blows the cover out. Because Lately is a good one. I'll Be There by Mariah Carey and Jackson 5. We're thinking MTV Unplugged. We're thinking that. Wait, Jeremy's a cover? Wait, are you doing top 5 90 songs? You're doing top 5 90 songs. Yeah, Fast Car was 88 though. Fast Car was 88. I got the sheriff. Yeah. We have another $2 that's going to extend the stream by, but thank you so much for that. Top 5 early songs for the 2000s. Let me get to that in just a bit. Nothing Compares to You is another one where the cover and the original are just phenomenal. I love both versions of that song. Also, the cover of I Feel For You by Shaka Khan, the demo by Prince put out, is amazing. So, I would say that's another one where the cover and the original are both phenomenal. Another cover that is great. I mean, Proud Mary is another one. Proud Mary is another one. Hurt, Johnny Cash. I mean, that's a quintessential example. Top 5 songs from early 2000s. All right. Yeah, I need to see Squidward hosting Blue's Clues. I have not seen that. Okay, top 5 early 2000s songs. All right, let's go. Bye, Bye, Bye. Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. That's 1 and 2. 2 and 3. All or Nothing by O-Town is number 1. All or Nothing by O-Town is number 1. You're noticing a theme here. All or Nothing by O-Town is number 1. I think the key change of that is just incredible. No, Faith by Limp Bizkit's not. No. No, that cover is not that good. That cover is not that good. But other early 2000s. All or Nothing, my number 1. Bye Bye Bye, number 2. Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely, number 3. Probably Amazed by Lone Star at 4. That hit number 1 in the 2000s, so I'll take that. My Way, Frank Sinatra, and Squidward's AI cover. Honestly, the Squidward AI cover is really, really good. And, oh man, what would I do to fill the top 5? That is tough. Fill the top 5. Maybe Survivor by Destiny's Child. Maybe that. All right, we have a $5 from Michael Hodel. That's going to extend that stream time. Thank you so much. Let's extend that stream time again. Michael Hodel, thank you so much. Oh, I forgot to put everyone's name in there. My apologies. Michael Hodel, again, our channel member in the Bruselli tier. I combined Brusel and Baselli. I combined Brunel and Baselli, made Bruselli. Thank you so much. Top 5 Def Leppard songs not on Pyromania, Hysteria, or Adrenalize. Oh, jeez. All right, let me get the track list up for all those so I know which ones I cannot pick. That is tough. That is brutal. All right, Promises would be my number 1. Promises is number 1. Bringing on the Heartbreak is number 2. Bringing on the Heartbreak is number 2. 2 Steps Behind, number 3. Let's Go, number 4. Man. When Love and Hate Collide is 6. Miss You in a Heartbeat is 5. I don't know if I can fill out the rest. I feel good with that top 5 though. That's a tough question. I have heard the Mr. Krabs AI covers. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald is phenomenal. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald cover, I love that one. Favorite Weird Al polka, the Hamilton polka. The Hamilton one's the best. Turn the Page, Metallica Bob Seger. Yes, Metallica Bob Seger. I would say also Miley Cyrus, Heart of Glass. Both covers are great. I've not heard the Mr. Krabs in a Club cover. I've not heard that. Miley Cyrus, Heart of Glass is phenomenal. National Champion on ESPN Plus, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think they would ever put that exclusively behind a paywall. That'd be too much outrage. Ed from Ed and Eddie singing Your Love by the Outfield. See what other one. Other covers do I really like both versions of? The Rose by Bette Midler and Westlife is pretty good. Lee Greenwood, Wind Beneath My Wings with Bette Midler. Plankton Man in the Box is one of my favorite AI covers of all time. Plankton Man in the Box is phenomenal. I love that cover. I absolutely love that cover. Lit, any other hits besides My Own Worst? No, I think they're a one-hit wonder. They're one-hit wonder. Oh, yeah, Sound of Silence. Yes, yes. Simon Garfunkel and Disturbed did a phenomenal cover. Zombie on that same track by who did Zombie? Obviously, it was the Cranberries, but who did the one that came out in Bad Wolves maybe 2018? Who did the cover of Zombie in 2018? That was a good cover. That was a good cover. Calling, yes! Oh, the Carpenters, yes. Calling Occupants, yes. I watched the Town Shadows video and I saw the cover of it. Yes, absolutely. Karen Carpenter nails that. Absolutely nails that song. Yes. Yeah, she nails that song. Bad Wolves, yep, that's the one. I knew it. I knew it was Bad Wolves. That's the one. Yeah, she nails that song. She nails that one. I think what other covers I would put for like where the original is just as good, but there's not a discrepancy between the two. Like there's not where the original is better than the cover, or cover better than the original. Like Red Red Wine's better, like miles better with UB40 than it is for Neil Diamond. Locomotion, yes. Grand Funk Railroad and Kylie Minogue, yes, that's a good one. Another $2 from Zach. Thank you so much. You sent me the 2 videos. Yes, I just got them, so I will check those out after the stream is done, whenever that is. Thank you so much. You Bring On the Heartbreak's a great song. I don't know how that didn't take off. Not that long. There we go. All right, top 5 actors for Nickelodeon. Top 5 actors. Josh Peck, Amanda Bynes, Miranda Cosgrove, Jerry Traynor, and I guess Drake Bell, despite everything that's happened. With Plankton doing War Pigs, oh, I gotta hear that. City in Alabama named Texas, that's amazing. Whitney Houston also, yeah, but I mean that cover surpasses the original. I'm not a huge fan of the original by Dolly Parton. I'm thinking covers that were better than the original, or that were the same as the original. The quintessential one for me. I don't know how I didn't say it before. Gotta Get You Into My Life by the Beatles, and then the cover by Earth, Wind, and Fire. The cover is phenomenal. It's like one of the only good songs off of the Sgt. Pepper movie album, because some of those covers are just downright painful. Aerosmith's cover of Come to My Mother is really good, but like the Gibb doing Oh Darling, I mean, look, I think Oh Darling is a phenomenal song. I think it's the most underrated song that the Beatles have. The cover of that is just brutal. It's like all the soul and the angst got taken out of that song. It's just brutal. 90s or 2000s music? 90s music I like better. Mid-2000s was not a great time for music. Mid-2000s was not a good time. A lot of ringtone rap. It's not a good time. All right, 4-2 now. D-backs, bottom of the 6th. Tovar just hit a home run. Film remakes better than the original. Jungle Book. Star is Born. Yeah, Twist and Shout was a cover. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Star is Born I thought was better than the original, the 2019 one. Jungle Book. Does Billy Preston doing Get Back? I don't count that. Same thing as like I don't count Michael Bolton doing How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? I don't count that. I don't count that at all. Also, yeah, Have Her There, I remember that. I do remember QB1 as well. I think someone just said they added that to Tubi. Not 1 or 2 yet. Like, I don't count Michael Bolton doing How Am I Supposed to Live Without You with Laura Branigan. Because he wrote that song. I would say the other cover, Phil Collins' True Colors. I love that cover of the song by Cyndi Lauper. I love that cover. And the other cover that's really good, Bee Gees To Love Somebody. Michael Bolton does a killer version of that. As he does Man Loves a Woman and Sit on the Dock of the Bay. I Love Rock and Roll, definitely. Yeah, that is a cover. Which is crazy to think about. Because I can't even tell you how the original song goes. I've never listened to the original version of that song in my life. QB, first of all, very good. Rivers or Cunningham? Oh, Rivers, easily. Rivers, easily. 80s, 70s, 90s, 60s in that order. 80s is the best. The problem with 70s is that you have the first half of the 70s. You have 74 and 73, and you got 72. And you got some really bad years in the 70s. But you have the late 70s, and that is killer. Like, there's a playlist of, like, the top 40 songs from a given week in 78. Banger after banger. Phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal stuff. I would say, so I put the 90s ahead of the 70s for that reason alone. But the 70s had higher peaks. And then 60s. Yeah, 60s music is just way too short, a lot of it. Way too unpolished for a lot of it. And sound quality is not great. And you have the early 60s stuff that's just not very good. All right. I'm going to get to one more question, and then we are going to call it there. So let me see what we got. What question do I want to... what question do I see? There's a lot of questions in the chat. Let's see what we got. Let's see, what question have I not gotten to? Let's see. I'm trying to see the question. Oh, yeah, those are the crash. Yeah, I'm gonna read them after the stream. Why does Fox need their own announcers for every World Cup game when they can just carry the world feed? I think it's just to give it a Fox feel, give it an Americanized feel, so that you can relate to the American audience more. I mean, it makes sense why they have their own announcers. ESPN did it for a while, Fox did it for a while. I completely remember that, so it doesn't make any difference why not. All right, I think on that note, after over 2 hours, and a bunch of members, I'm going to call it there. All right, so here's what's on the agenda going forward. New video coming out tomorrow, something Vikings related in honor of the John Boys thing coming out at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We have that. Vikings video coming out at 9. It won't be a double header because I'm going to do the Aaron Boone Dumb Decisions video as well for JG7 if all goes according to plan. So we get 2 videos out tomorrow, one on JG9, one on JG7, but it will not be 2 on JG9 like I did that one time. Trivia, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We have that. Cash prizes, we already got $45 in the pot, which can increase as the night goes on. We just unlocked memberships. You can support me on Patreon, or you can do YouTube memberships, and you get special perks. And I'll be in contact with those of you that just got in the memberships. You just hit the join button on any video. If you're on desktop, I don't think it works on mobile, but if you're on desktop, just hit the join button on any video, and you can get to become a member that way. Also, we have new video on JG8 coming soon. Just depends on when my area gets back to me on that one. And we have 6 live streams for preseason. Thursday, Friday, Sunday, we're doing one game. Saturday, we're doing a triple header. And what's nice is that this desk moves, so I can set up 3 different cases. So I can set up the case for the first preseason game, the second one, and the third one, Cowboys Seahawks. I can just move the desk so it looks like I'm in a different spot every time. It's going to be nice. So a lot of exciting stuff on the channel. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the love and support. And thank you for becoming a member. If you did become a member, Red Rhino 99, Finn Reed, Jacob Tobin, Bandit Joe playing Bison, Jacob Maybach, WVUR21, Isaac Cobbs, Michael Hodel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. And again, if you do want to become a member, you can become a member at any time. The first exclusive video for members in the Jones Drew tier and up is going to drop 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, the first one will drop. Did I say next week or 2 weeks? I forget what I said. Whatever I said, it's what's going to be. I think next week is actually what's going to be. But I'll let you know. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. This is JG9 signing off. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.